Boo Diddley, credit to Pat Choco. It was the year 2000. I was 17 years old, a junior in high school, and I had a sucky, low-paying job at a rinky-dink discount store that, at the time, was just a step above something like a Dollar General or Family Dollar. My boss was a jerk, and I only made $4.15 an hour, bare minimum wage at the time, if I recall. Needless to say, I needed a better job. This is what led me to our local Dairy Queen in town, and, in August of the year 2000, I began my tenure there as a cook. I didn't really like this job, and, at the same time, I didn't really hate it either, but with a spiffy $1 or thereabouts raise in pay, I couldn't complain. The weird stuff didn't begin until about a month later. I noticed something out of the corner of my eye. When I turned to look, it disappeared, much like one of those floater things that show up in your eyes from time to time. This went on for a while, and it seemed like the more I tried to look at it, the more I thought about it, or the more attention I gave it, the more inclined it was to appear. Now, although it may sound like it, I haven't yet realized or even thought that whatever I was seeing was an intelligent entity. I guess I thought that it was just one of those things, whatever that means. It wasn't until a few months later in the fall, the whole supernatural element of it all dawned on me. Myself, our shift leader Danny, and Patricia, the drive-thru girl, were getting ready to shut down for the night when the drive-thru window opened by itself. To my surprise, neither of them made a big deal out of it. What the heck was that? I said with a chuckle. Oh, that's just old Boo Diddley, Danny said with a cheeky grin. Old Boo Diddley? What's that all about? I asked, intrigued. Whenever anything weird happens around here, we blame it on him, he answered. You mean this place is haunted? I continued. Oh, I don't know, he answered, slightly annoyed. We just say old Boo Diddley did it whenever something like that happens. What else happens? I kept on. Sometimes people see stuff out the corner of their eyes, sometimes they hear their names being called and stuff like that. Danny didn't seem to want to talk about it anymore. I've seen stuff like that. It goes away when I turn to look, I said. Yep, that's exactly what happens, he concluded. Drive-thru window opens by itself all the time. I'm surprised you never noticed before, Patricia interjected. Cool, I said. Now, at the time, I couldn't have been more excited about this. I'm sure my coworkers could tell. You have to remember, this was the year 2000, and something supernatural and paranormal was flooding pop culture. Almost as much, or more so, than it is these days. Now you have stuff like Paranormal Activity, Insidious, The Conjuring, ghost hunting TV shows, and others. Whereas, back then, the Blair Witch Project had been released a year prior. Sixth Sense was fresh on everyone's mind, and MTV's Fear was popular in my circles. While there maybe wasn't as much to whet everyone's appetite, it was just enough to keep interest